You guys know this song and dance. I did not plan on recording a video today, but after the week I had, I need it. Anyone who has been following this channel as of lately knows that all of the content and videos that are uploaded on Tuesdays and Fridays were recorded months ago. But as of the time of recording this video on December 7th, 2024, I started a new job, and boy oh boy was my week stressful as all get out. And 90% of that stress was generated from within my own psyche and soul. I do not know to what extent I am going to edit this video, / I do not know in which style I am going to edit this video, but I felt a need to record this video. I came up with a sub-series logo for it, but I do not plan on making this a regular thing. But this week has really inflamed my mind in regards to one particular subject. For those who regularly watch the content on my channel, this video / rant is going to be quick and to the point and has absolutely zero, zilch, nada, nothing to do with Godzilla. So I apologize way in advance for that. No, today I wish to talk about housing. So this should give you a little bit of insight behind the curtain, so to speak, of the videos made for this channel. I am a 27-year-old citizen of the United States. So for any non-Americans watching this video, some of what I say may not apply to you exactly or frankly at all, but I wanted to rant about this subject. I did not originally live here for most of my life. I only moved here because the job that I was working at up until March of 2024 wanted us to come in physically once a week, and I thought that it would be best to move closer to that job. I will not spoil kind of what happened with regards to that job. Anyone who has watched any of the other videos on my channel knows, but I am currently renting at the house that I am currently recording this video in, and I am living with my girlfriend. And believe it or not, no, I am not about to rant impromptu about living with my girlfriend. No, we are trying to find a way to move back closer to where I grew up / was raised. But there is a massive problem, and I will not get political about this. I am not going to tell you who to vote for or whatnot, but I think we can all agree, all young people, all millennials, all Gen Zers, and people like me who kind of exist in that hazy gulf period between those two generations, that the housing market is in an atrocious spot. I do not hail from a particularly wealthy county in the state of Maryland in the United States of America. So, reasonably, I would not expect that I would need to have a super well-paying job through which to afford a mortgage or otherwise purchase housing / get on track to move back to that area. And I'm pretty sure everyone feels this way about the place that they were born and raised in. You know, there is a certain nostalgia, feeling of closeness that we all have for the places where we were raised. So it is not an unreasonable thing for me to want to move back to that area. But here's the problem. As I said, the area that I was born in and grew up in is not particularly wealthy. You know, I didn't grow up in like downtown Manhattan or, you know, the San Francisco Bay Area or whatnot. So I find it very, 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 very frustrating that neither my girlfriend nor I have been able to find a place that I would be able to afford on a single income down in the area that I came from. And you have to remember that I used to be a software engineer, so I'm not exactly a rube. You know, I have a decent education, and I understand education is not necessarily the path to wealth anymore. You know, a lot of people go into the trades, but as I have said in the past, I also have multiple sclerosis, so I am not in a very privileged position in that regard. You know, I can't do physical labor and so on and so forth. But I do have a job. Like I said, my first week was rather stressful because of my personal nerves, but reasonably, I have a decently paying job. I should be able to start considering moving back to the area that I grew up in, which coincidentally is not very far from where my new job is. Basically, this video is a rant slash a cry for help in which I talk about the housing crisis. Saw this on Twitter recently. I believe Elon, quote, tweeted it, but I saw this image. It says, quote, as cash purchases have become more common, the median age of home buyers has been ticking up and now stands at 56 years old, according to NAR's data from July 2023 to this June 2024. Even for first-time buyers, the median age has risen to 38 compared to 35 last year. Let me reiterate just so it does not get lost in the shuffle. I am only 27, so I am under both of those stated ages. It's going to be almost 10 years before I hit 35 and over 10 years until I hit 38. The whole reason I wanted to bring up this graph is that these numbers are patently absurd. I understand this is not a channel about politics or finance or any of that. In fact, I would highly recommend that you check out Freddie Smith on YouTube, who I will probably link in the description of this video. This guy is closer to the age range of an older cousin of mine that recently became a father and his wife recently gave birth. Based on what Freddie Smith says in a lot of his YouTube short content, which is what I have primarily watched, I, honest to goodness, do not understand how anyone is expected to afford housing these days. Like 100% seriously here. Me and my girlfriend would probably be on our way towards getting married and having kids at this point if it weren't for the fact that we do not own our own house and I refuse to have children while renting. And she and I have talked about this. It's kind of patently absurd how difficult it is to acquire housing for people in our age demographic. I think it's just patently absurd, and I think a lot of the problem is that the people that came generations before us completely and utterly screwed things up. The market is just totally and desperately in need of fixing. Like I said, who we vote for is kind of irrelevant in this. I don't really care who fixes the problem. All I know is that the problem needs to be fixed in general and in the first place. I've said this before in the past, but we lost my father recently, a couple years back at this point, and the only friends of mine that came to any of those ceremonies to kind of show up in support of me were older friends of mine. And I'm not talking 3-4 years. I'm talking I had 20 or 30 years of age under these people. They were that much my senior. And I am not saying that those people in specific had anything to do with this problem, but, you know, they always say, oh, he's such a brilliant young man. He works so hard. He's this, he's that. He's all sorts of good things. And yet, I am not able to afford many of the things that they believe that I should be able to afford in the current economy slash state of the country. Let me put it like this. Bill Foster, the main character of the Michael Douglas film Falling Down, says at the very end of the movie,
how'd that happen? I did everything they told me to.
And so I kind of feel like I kind of fit into a similar frame of mind, at least as far as that quote goes. Obviously, I do not identify with what he does in the rest of the movie, because I have to clarify that. I can't just not specify it. I did everything I was told to. I listened to my elders. I followed the life path that they thought would lead me to success. And in many of the minds of many of the people older than me that are from the area that I came from, I am all the goodness and all the good things that they wish they saw more of in people my age. I always hold steady jobs. I'm very educated. I'm very smart. I'm erudite. I'm very sociable. This, that, and the other thing. But yet, I cannot afford one of the most basic things that back when they were my age, they probably could have afforded rather easily. Yes, I know. You have to give some things up. You know, you can't live your life this, that, that, or the other way. You gotta do things the right way. And I totally understand that, and I totally get it. But my lived experience kind of speaks opposite to what they all thought would be the reward that I would reap for living my life and following the lessons taught in my life that they imposed / impressed upon me. I guess, that's really the only thing that I hope is impressed upon other people as a result of all of these things crossing my mind and happening to me. I hope that they look within themselves and look at each other and realize, maybe I taught him all the right ways to live for a time period that is no longer with us. I do not like to think that I know any better because I'm younger and therefore I'm the way, I know the future. It's like, no, we should listen to people older than us and listen to what they have to say, but unfortunately I think things have shifted so much that a lot of the advice / a lot of the optimism that they have is unfounded in reality anymore. And I just wanted to put it out there and kind of let it be known that I'm going through a lot of this struggle too. If you are going through a struggle similar to this, don't feel like the Lone Ranger. I know most people don't like hearing that because it is pretty much the most empty form of consolation you can offer, but it's finally hitting me. It took a while, but I am starting to feel it now. I just don't know how the millennials towards the younger end of the millennial spectrum have been able to make any sort of progress. I just don't get it. And I really hope that something is done to make it easier for people my age and younger to afford housing in the near future. I don't care who does it. I really don't care. I don't care which politician does it. I just really would like the housing market to calm down so that people like me who do not have a college degree in finance can finally make some headway in all of this. I always had the rule. 2/3 of all the money I earned would go into my savings account, and the other third I could use for fun. But as I said, apparently that's outdated. I can't just do that anymore. Anyway, that's about all I've got for today, guys. This is not going to be a very long video, I hope. I just talked for 28 minutes, but the automatic silence remover tool will hopefully trim a lot of that out. Hopefully you guys stick around. There will be a video coming tomorrow, and there will be a YouTube short posted on Wednesday, and there will be another video posted on Friday. Please like, comment, and subscribe, sharing your own feelings of frustration with the current state of the world. If you do not live in the United States, tell me if this is something that is felt across the world. I can't imagine that the US is the only place where this is happening. If you wish to support me financially in any way, please check out the merchandise store that I have linked in the description and will probably link at the bottom of the pinned comment for this video. And until next time, guys, I will catch you on the flip side.
We've got company. Be ready.